Today we're going to show everybody how to fix this pump that has not been working for a while. Right, Kitty? We can fix it. Hi, it's Robbie from Southern California, and I've got all my fountains going. Well, they're not right now, but they were. This one is not working. This one is just too full of hard water. We're going to go clean it up. I'm going to show you inside how to clean up a pump that isn't working anymore. So now we're in the house. I'm going to show you what to do. Vinegar. All you need is vinegar and some baking soda. I use a shot glass because I'm going to use such a small amount of vinegar. Put a little bit of baking soda in there, and as soon as it starts to fizz, it's perfect to drop in that little flywheel. I'll show you pretty soon how to take it out. See that flywheel? It is full of hard water. So I let it here soak for about 15 minutes. But let me tell you something. You can soak it overnight and it will make it much easier to get that hard sediment off that magnet. Now, the magnet isn't making good contact. This is why no matter how much cleaning you do, it will not spin. We need to get that hard water buildup taken off. Your water and my water may be different because every city, everybody's water is different. We are very much on a system that has hard mineral water. So we get a lot of buildup on our plumbing and everything. So with this, after it soaks, it will loosen up the calcification that's on there, all the mineral buildup. It will not get soft. It's never going to get soft, but you can take a little knife and gently scrape it off. Now, if it's on the flywheel plastic parts, you can take it off also with the knife, but do it very carefully because you don't want to break the blades on the fan part. So just work at it slowly, take your time, because once it's done, you'll have it good for a year or so. And just take off the calcium. And you don't have to take every bit off, but you're going to work on getting most of it off. So this way, the unit will have a really good contact, the magnet with the motor, and it will spin. Once it spins, then the pump will work. So working at it slowly, I sped this up, you'll see that there it is. Look how nice and clean it is. You don't have to get every spot off, but there it is. Now this will work really good in the unit. That's the unit, and that's where you slip it in. Now, when you go to take it out in the beginning, I didn't show that. You may want to use like a flat nose pliers and pull it out. Now, this slips in and out really easy. But when I first brought it in, I could barely get it out. I had to really work in it, and I slowly twisted it back and forth until it popped out, which really let me know that it needed a good cleaning. See how it sticks to the knife? Well, it wasn't doing that when I first pulled it out because, well, it was just too caked up. Now, you will have to kind of look inside and see if there's hard water buildup inside your pump as well. We're just taking the one side off. And if there is, you can clean that off with the little knife too. You don't have to get it all, but kind of look inside and see how much is there. Kind of scrape around. Scrape off what you can. Don't worry about the outside of the pump. Now, also, where the pin goes through, inside, it could get caked up with hard water in there too. So I took a needle here and just made sure that it was nice and clean and it could spin really easy and there wasn't, hard water buildup in there. And if there was, being soaked in the vinegar, it should scrape right off with the needle. Looks good there. So now it was just a matter of putting it back in. Don't worry about the outside, but there it is, panel and all. Let's go take it outside and see how it works and see if it spins. So I'm outside now. We do have a little bit of sun, but not enough. But well, let's try it because this has been not working and I just put it back together. You saw how I took it apart. It was all white. I pulled it open. I had to use a pair of, oh, look at this. And you want to know something? Look, it's down. Whoa, this is going to be a real winner. Look at that. It was even pointed down. Still wants to run. Oh, it was getting reflective light off the yellow. Look at that. Not a lot, but it was getting a little bit of light off the yellow just by laying there. Anyways, it's still trying to get light. Okay, let's turn this over. So you saw how I took it apart. I cleaned off as much as the hard water. We have very, very hard mineral water here, and it builds up. And this one's probably, it was probably out there for a year. So I took it apart, pulled it out with pliers. You saw how I cleaned it off with vinegar and baking soda. Let's bring it in the house, and I'm just going to finish it up. So you'll watch on the tail end how I'm just going to snap it together. I just need to put the cap back over it and put the other part that keeps leaves and stuff from getting in. It doesn't really stop debris like hard water or tiny feathers and stuff, but it keeps the big stuff if leaves fall in. But look at that. Please, 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 if you've got any of these solar fountains that stop working, and you do take it apart and see it looks fairly clean, make sure that it doesn't have hard water buildup on the magnet itself. Because think of it, the magnet has to make contact with that little pin in the center. And it's got to be able to freely spin. If it can't freely spin, then it's not going to work. So you want to make sure you get all this minerals, the mineral buildup or any algae buildup or anything inside out. Clean it. I showed you how to clean the inside and the outside. I'm going to pop it together, and then I'm going to set this thing back up somewhere in the yard. But this is as good as new. And boy, does this thing want to run. Is that cool? I almost thought it was toast, but it is not. It still has plenty of life. Made sure that the center wheel is free for that. Now all we have to do is just put it all back. We don't have to go crazy trying to clean this one, but we want to make sure it's fairly clean. We're going to snap it back. You see this thing, you put it here. Now we're ready to put on whatever attachment we want. It's clean enough, and this keeps debris out like leaves. It's not going to keep hard water out, or tiny feathers or sand and stuff can still suck in there, and that's why you want to make sure you clean it off. You don't have to worry about all this hard water or anything. Don't worry about algae. Algae doesn't hurt anything. That's natural. It's a plant without a root. Doesn't bother anything, but you want to make sure there's no hard water buildup. And again, you know how to take it apart. You just get in there and snap it with something. Sometimes you can use your hand and just unsnap it. And sometimes I like using a knife. And then you do the same thing when you take it apart here. You just gently pull this off. Careful not to break it. I always say, if these break, do not throw them away, because these are all parts and they're very interchangeable with all the different pumps. So you'd want to keep that flywheel in case that broke. Maybe something else broke. Maybe you lost one of these. They seem to be very interchangeable. And that's it. Now you just snap it back together. That points that way. Just snap that on. And then you'll see the little divot there. See? You're in business. And that's all there is to it. So I hope by me cleaning hard water out of this pump that maybe you can save one of your pumps that you thought was on its way out. I have multiple videos on how to clean these solar fountain pumps. Some of them it's just by cleaning off all the debris that gets in there, how to take it apart exactly. But this time it was a hard water buildup. So there can be different issues with these pumps. So with that, have a wonderful day, and don't forget to eat what you grow. Bye-bye.